are live. Hey, we are live. Cool. All right. So I'm going to get into your messages, what Spirit wants you to know for your 2026. And I'm going to hop into it. If you're watching this on the playback, I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad you're able to watch. I know that there was no notification for this. So if anybody shows up, great. If nobody shows up, that's okay too. Just because it was not planned. But getting back into these lives. So let's get into it. Spirit, angels, ancestors. For my folks out there watching this, for the ones who need a message from you, for the ones who are needing your guidance, the ones who are needing your advice, the ones who are uncertain and unsure about where they are in life or choices needing to be made. Spirit, please use me as a vessel to be able to communicate any messages to those who are out there. Please use me as a guide to be able to light the path for those who are seeking guidance, those who are seeking understanding. Let me be that vessel for those who are here witnessing and watching today, Spirit. Thank you so much. I'm not going to pay too much attention to the chat because I really want to hone into these messages, but it's nice to have you guys here. If you can, just leave a like as you enter in. Spirit guides, what do you want me to channel for those who need it? What do you want me to channel for those who are needing it? Tell me. Tell me. I'm getting the visual of Billie Jean, the video, the music video by Michael Jackson, and how he was walking on those lit up floor tiles, and how he'll take a step, and every time he takes a step, the floor tile will light up. But this is reminding me of your 2025. It's like you'll take a step forward and another step forward, and it's lighting up, and you're seeing the light ahead. You're feeling like things are coming together, things are falling into place. And then you take one more step, and that step sends you back 2 more paces. So it's like you take 3 steps forward, then you come back 2 paces. It's like things are lightening up, things are brightening up, and then here comes something that takes you back a step or takes you back 2 steps. There's a frustration that you may have gone through this year with this dance, where it felt like the tides were turning. Maybe you were seeing things in your favor, and then here comes life circumstances pushing you back. What is this? A powerful transformation is underway. Trust the process. And then on the bottom of the deck, a new chapter is beginning. Embrace the change. Recipes and ingredients are coming up for me. It doesn't have to be in the literal sense of like cooking or trying to mix ingredients, but I think this is more so understanding what is needed to handle a situation. What is it that you need? What is it that you may be lacking that you need more of? What is it that you need removed so that way you can move ahead? Again, if I'm getting that 3 steps forwards, 2 steps backwards, what is the obstacle? What is the issue that has been happening in our 2025 that has sent us backwards? And that's the ingredients. That is what you're trying to figure out for your 2026 to stop happening. So that way, when you take those 3 steps ahead, you can keep moving forward and you don't have to revert. Let me see. What else are you telling me, Spirit? Let's get into the tarot. For those who are watching, please tell me, Spirit, what is needing to be known? 3 of Wands. I feel like I'm dealing with a light worker here. I feel like I'm dealing with somebody that was beautifully gifted and beautifully blessed upon their path in a past life, meaning that you came into this lifetime with an objective, with a mission. And it feels like that path itself was blessed, but the path to get to where you need to be or where you're wanting to go is not always a straightforward linear way. It feels like it's been rocky. It's like you weigh the weight of the world, but the one who wears the crown is able to carry or be able to handle that heaviness that all comes with it. So it's like, you may have been blessed with innate gifts and talents. Maybe you have the gift of empathy, you have the gift of compassion, you have the gift of understanding, insight, foresight. Maybe you have the gift of intuition. Maybe you even have some spiritual gifts like clairvoyance and being clairaudient. Spirit is asking you to utilize these gifts. I go back to the recipe that I was getting. The recipe is the gifts that you have that allows you to get past circumstances and obstacles that stand in your way. I just think at times when life sends us back a peg, it's not that we forget that we have these gifts, but I think we get disappointed or frustrated to use these gifts, because when we try to use these gifts and we see them move us ahead, then we get still pushed back some more. It's like this Like, what do you want me to do, Spirit? I'm trying to do what I can. I'm listening to your words. I'm listening to my intuition. I'm listening to the path that you're wanting me to go on. And I'm doing all that I can. But why are these things happening? Or why is this circumstance coming up for me? Why do I feel like every time I get ahead, something happens here? Tell me more. You have a very, it's either with kids or animals. I think you have a very close connection or a very close attachment. People may feel safe coming to you. You're like a safe spot. People feel like they can confide in you, or people feel like if I was to come to you and tell you things, you wouldn't go and tell my business. It's so weird because it's like you're a safe space for other people, even if it's strangers. You're somebody that they feel like they can talk to and communicate with. But when it comes to you, do you have the same space available in your life? Do you have the same community or village of people that you can go to and have the same effect where you feel safe to confess, or you feel safe to express what you got going on? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? I'm just filling out the energy. But I just feel like you're such a light and you're such a vessel. This is why I'm coming back to this light worker energy. You light the path for so many. So when we are on our own path, when we feel confused or frustrated, we take it to heart, because it's like, how can I light the path for others? But when it comes to me, I take steps forward and then I get sent back 2 more. Why is this? Why is this? We got the devil here, 3 of Wands, Ace of Cups. In the reverse, part of this I'm just channeling. Part of this is like what's coming through in the cards. So I'll show you. We got the Ace of Cups in the reverse to the 4 of Pentacles. We also got that devil, as I mentioned, and the 3 of Wands. Why is this Ace of Cups here in the reverse? The Death. Ooh. Somebody went through, and I think quite a few of you have gone through this, like a life-threatening situation. Whether this is like having a family member that was almost on the brink of passing away, whether this is you dealing with I'll give me as an example. I was in 2 car accidents this year within 6 months of each other, right? So I can see that kind of energy as this. I can also see being on the brink of collapse, right? This could be financial. This could be with your stability. 2025, you were on the brink of something, but it was something that was heavy, something that was difficult to deal with, a transition. And that may have made us become a bit more introspective when we speak with spirit as to why is this happening? This was supposed to be the year. This, I started seeing momentum or movement forward. And why are you placing this burden or this unfortunate situation in front of me? When I was getting ahead, I was making waves, I was making movement. Spirit, why did you just slow down my trajectory to deal with this? So there's been something difficult or heavy that you've had to deal with in your 2025. Now I want to look at your 2026, because if this is coming through and I'm getting that light worker energy from you, I want to know how and why and what is the reason you're meant to be using or tapping into that energy you were blessed with, that you were bestowed upon. Tell me for 2026. Actually, let me switch decks really quick. Tell me for 2026 here. Why is this energy coming through? I feel like somebody is a sleuth. Somebody is able to see things that other people can't see. Your intuition is really intact. It's like you can pick up on the subtle undertones, the subtle cues. You can tell when the energy shifts where other people may be oblivious or they don't look too deep. It's like you can't help but to have a very penetrative, I can't say the word, but you have a very penetrating mind, right? You're able to get to the heart of the matter. You're able to read past the BS and really get to what is happening and what is going on. People can't BS you. People can't get away with lies around you. And even if they try to initially, it's like it doesn't stand for that long, because you start to notice those details that they think other people don't notice. I get best kept secret. For some reason, you're like a best kept secret. I don't think you're being kept as a secret, but I think your spiritual gifts, how insightful you are, how intellectual you are, also to your ability to be so perceptive and read through the lines, it's like you have so many different gifts. You wear many different hats, but they're not things that are tangible where people can truly see it on a day to day. These are like innate spiritual gifts that you have bound within yourself. It's like, what do I do with it? It's like you're blessed. You know you were gifted. You know spirit has made you a light worker. That this is not something in this lifetime that you've been, but this is something from past lives because it's so innate. It comes natural. It's like second nature for you. But it's like, what do I do with this spirit? Maybe for somebody out there, when you've tried to do something with these gifts, I go back to life sends you back 2 steps forward. When you want to be able to use these gifts for something for yourself, something comes up. And if that's not the case, it's like, how do I use these gifts to solve something? Give me another one. Give me another one. Tell me more about this. We got loved bomb here. Why is this energy coming up for them in their 2026 predictions? What is this? Breaking cycles. Whatever you've gone through in your 2025 and your 2026, your spirit, your soul, your energy will not allow you to deal with it. Your spirit, your soul, your body will not allow you to be around it. I just get people who are very inauthentic. I get situations that are not in alignment with you, that don't feel true to you, that don't feel real for you. People who are maybe okay on surface, but deep down, it's like we don't have that connectivity. It's like you want real. You want genuine. You want people who are authentic. You want people who really see you. And I think this past year of 2025, you now understand the difference from people who have love bombed you. And I don't mean in just a romantic sense, but I mean in a way of people having a lot of lip service towards you. Oh, I love you. I care about you. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to show up. If you need me, just call me. Or if you're dealing with, I know you got this situation going on, or if you're dealing with that, hit me up. I'll be there. And then when it comes time, where are they? Or they don't show up as much as they say they were, or they make you feel like um they almost, what's the word, where they can make you feel like you're a burden to them when they were the ones who offered to help you. So it's like, yeah, I'll be there for you if you need me. And then when it comes time to utilize that, it's like, oh, I can't do it, or something came up, or where it's just like you don't want to feel like a burden. Again, people who are just inauthentic. You've seen who had real love for you this year and who were just the fakes. People who really step up by your side, especially when life has put you back a couple pegs this year. You got to see in those moments who called you, who texted you, who showed up to visit you, who showed up to see you, who showed up to love on you, and the ones that said they were going to do that and didn't. That's the cycle that you're breaking. And that's really important because you need people on your team in 2026 that when they see you going through things, they're not giving you lip service, but they're actually there for you in your spirit. You are a light worker. You cannot stand, your energy just cannot go into another year being around people who really ain't got it for you, who say they're going to show up and they really don't show up for you, who act like they care about you, but when it comes time to care, or when you going through stuff, they don't seem to show up and show out. That's changing. And I think in the 2025, and this is why it's coming up in your 2026, you were meant to see the people who didn't show up and show out for you, because when you do have to deal with scenarios that may set you back and peg, because that's life. Life runs in cycles. You know who now to have around you and who don't, and who not to have around you. Who you can really rely on and who you can't rely on. And what people we may have overgiven love to, we have overextended ourselves to, people we have filled in the lack of where they should have shown up emotionally for us. We were the ones who filled that in. Now you're being shown for this upcoming year that those people you can't bring with you. Because if it wasn't for you maintaining those relationships, if it wasn't for you trying to sustain those relationships, would they still even exist? If it wasn't for you maybe reaching out or following up or trying to keep these people in your life, would they put out the same effort for you? It's I because I don't know. I'm just going off what I'm getting here intuitively. I think there's a big needing to know of who has to stay and who has to go, but a deeper understanding of why you've been going through these patterns of 3 steps forwards, 2 steps back. I think one of the reasons is to show you who truly is there to stand by you through thick and thin or through difficult situations, and the ones who will not. I think you were meant to be shown that in your 2025. But I want to see what changes in your 2026 with this pattern. Tell me, Spirit. Do I want to use a different deck? Yes, let's use a different deck. What changes in this pattern? What changes in this pattern for those who are watching? We got faith, believe it. And then bottom of the deck, belief, make it happen. I feel like 2020, I don't want to be all foo-foo, right? Because in reality, even if it is a good year, you're still going to have those cyclical moments where life has its pivots and its ups and downs, right? But I do think 2026 is going to be a really good year for you. I'm not going to oversell you. I'm not going to overpromise you and tell you it's the best year of your life. I'm not God. I don't know that. So I'm not going to sit here and do that. But one thing I can feel and say confidently, I do think 2026 will be a great improvement will be a great improvement in comparison to 2025. I think in 2026 is going to be a greater improvement with your faith and your belief. And I think you're going to see that because what you've been shown in this year, not only has it strengthened your faith to keep going because you've been able to make it through times in this year that have been very difficult, that maybe you were uncertain, you didn't know how you were going to overcome, you didn't know how you were going to get on the other side, and you were able to. Even if you were battered and wounded and tired and frustrated, you still have made it out on the other side. And that has strengthened your belief that everything will be okay. That has created a new foundation for you, that no matter what comes ahead for you in the year ahead, that you will be okay, because 2025 has shown you that you have been okay and that you've been able to make it through some times that maybe weren't the most comfortable, that were frustrating. And that belief is going to carry you forward. So I want to see then what's the blessing, what is coming out of this, right? What is coming out of this? What are my people being blessed with for having this faith, for holding on, for being shown the people who are allies and people who are enemies, people who truly care and people who just want to observe and be spectators? What in 2026 is coming in for those who have this belief that they know, if I was able to make it through that, I can make it through this? Because I don't see this energy of you being on Spirit's strongest soldier list in 2026. So that's the blessing, right? I don't see you being on the strongest soldiers list, but I just want to get deeply with this. The Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and let's get one more. The Nine. Ooh. The first thing I got was teaching. So I don't know if somebody is a teacher, they're getting into the teaching profession. This is just kind of sidebar message. If somebody's a teacher, get into the teaching profession, or some level of like higher education. Could even be somebody who is in a leadership position or a leadership role, helping those under them find their way or find their path. But in a bigger context, I feel like you won't believe me until the year ends. I don't feel like you're going to believe me until the year ends in 2026. I see a lot of you getting paid. I see a lot of you getting paid either for your knowledge of what it is that you do know. So either you're monetizing your skills on a deeper spiritual level, you're getting paid for what you've gone through. You're getting paid for your pain. You're getting paid for what you've had to endure. So I don't know if somebody is writing a book on what they've experienced, or if you've gone through like relationship issues, maybe you're doing a podcast talking about those things. Maybe you are giving guidance or helping out with an organization, something that means a lot to you, that is impactful to you because you've gone through that, right? whether it's charity, a nonprofit. I see you being able to either monopolize, monetize, or be on the forefront leading the charge for others who have been on a similar path as you, guiding others. You're teaching. I see you teaching, and you're making money off. You're making great money off of this, like really great money off of this, where you are financially sustainable, financially successful. You're being moved and almost revered into a higher position in life, whether it's because now you're the go-to because you have this experience, or you have this expertise in a certain area because you've lived it, you've done it. Again, you as a light worker, you've gone through the dark nights and the shadowy paths. And as a light worker, your one of your missions is to help others see the light, to walk their path. And it feels like in 2026 is putting a spotlight on you to start now guiding others, right? How I talked about 2025, three steps forwards, two steps back. That may have been the energy of the year. Now you're showing other people when they take three steps forward, how not to take two steps back. Or when two steps back happen, how to navigate it, how to maneuver it, because you had to go through it. So spirit didn't put you through this just for you to gain wisdom and say, go about your life. But spirit is wanting you to be paid for what you've gone through too, because you didn't endure it for nothing. Whether it's years of schooling to learn this info or this knowledge so that way you can pass it on, or just self-training, being self-taught. Now you get to tell other people about it or educate others, or this is you and your life experiences, right? Especially if you came from a background where it wasn't easy, you didn't have help, you didn't have handouts, you didn't have people there that provided safety or made sure that you were going to be okay, where you had to look out for you and you had to survive for you. You know, maybe if you had kids, it was you and your kids, and you had to be the one that survived for you and your kids. But either which way, spirit is not allowing this year of 2026 to go by without you being rewarded in a mind. And I'm not just saying like with some, downfall of spiritual. This is money. This is tangible. Like you're making money. I can hear like somebody's Cash App or Venmo going off, like the little ding noise, or um when you go to like an ATM and I can hear the money going through like the machine, like somebody's counting dollars. You're touching real money. You're making real tangible money off of this. It's not an idea. Why is this needing to be known? No, let's switch decks. Why is this needing to be known? Why is this needing to be known? A mystical encounter will change your path. Be prepared. Unexpected gift will bring you great fortune. What is this mystical encounter all about? Because this just threw me off. What is this all about? Gaslighting. I would say this to you. If this is not you, especially with like imposter syndrome, maybe you struggle with imposter syndrome, maybe you struggle with self-sabotage, I would advise you, if anything, you ain't got to take my word. I'm just a lady here giving you the messages. I would advise you not to be your own worst enemy, not to cut your nose to spite your face. Because how I said, I see you making money off of what you've gone through. And this may be you feeling, am I ready? Am I sure? Where we start to second guess our own abilities, where we start to second guess if we're really ready or if we're really prepared, or are we really ready to put this out to the world for us to be found? Am I ready to share my story? Am I ready to open up and be vulnerable to the world? Am I ready to talk about the things that I've gone through? Am I ready to lead others with what I've done or what I've dealt with? It's like you're there, but then it's like, I don't know if I'm ready to do it yet, or this may be uncomfortable to open up about. I'm not sure if I'm really secure in that yet. Don't be in your way, because spirit is setting this up for now to be the time. If this is not you being in your own way, if you don't deal with imposter syndrome or self-sabotage, this will be somebody that's around you. That's why spirit has shown you over the past year, could even be longer for some of you, who was in your corner when you needed them and who wasn't, who said they were going to show up, but then when it was time for them to show up, they really didn't feel like showing up, or when they didn't show up as much as they said that they were going to do. This may be the same person or kind of people that ends up gaslighting you, right? You taking this situation in 2026 and monetizing it, betting on yourself, being able to be a vessel for others. Other people may say, well, what about this? Or aren't you worried about X, Y, and Z? Or how are you going to do? All of these different scenarios they can throw at you to make you have some type of trepidation, some type of fear or hesitancy that makes you guess yourself. Don't let somebody else gaslight you on what you have been God-given to do. Your path, your purpose, you are a light worker. And because you were chosen for that, and maybe this other person wasn't, they don't understand what you have to go through, what you have to deal with. They're only looking at your situation from their fears, but not from your faith. That's how I would say that. So, okay. Let me see one last thing here then. What can we give as advice, insight, what they can expect? What can you tell me when it comes to this energy? Advice, insight, what can they expect? Ten of Swords. We got the Fool. We got the Chariot. Ten of Swords. And let's get one more too. Ooh. Three of Swords and the Page of Swords. Well, I like the worst of it is over. And I like to look at it as in this chapter, because in life is cyclical. So it may be over now. In 2 more years, we may have a new challenge we have to deal with, or in 6 months, right? But I would say, as for right now, 2026, this year coming up, the worst is over. You can breathe. Inhale, exhale. Does not mean that you're not going to be thrown curveballs in your year. Let's be realistic. But I would say some of the difficult struggles or losses or grief or setbacks that you've endured, you have not only karmically dealt with, but you've overcome. And moving into 2026, this is a whole new start for you, but also a new perspective. It feels like you're coming out of the year not guarded, but a little bit wounded. You're more discerning. You're more sharp. You're more observant. You're more in touch with your faith. You're more in touch with your beliefs. And you're ready. You're ready for a change. It's like, I just want things to feel light again, or I want life to feel like it's in my favor. I don't want just a temporary high or a temporary relief. I need this to be sustaining. I need this to be ongoing. And I like seeing the Fool and the Chariot here, because it's once you start that engine, you're up and off to the races. So Spirit is wanting you to know, especially with this 10 and 3 of Swords, yes, 2025 closes out the end of it. So maybe even in the month of December or November, like I'll even use the 4th quarter, right? So October through December. Maybe in the last half of this year, you had to go through one more of those swords through the back, one more of those swords through the heart, one more of those setbacks, right? Had to take that 2 steps back. But in 2026, you get a fresh, clean slate to start new. And that's what I think you're doing. And I like to see that the worst, 2026 is going to be much better. It's a fresh start. And I think you're coming into the year with new people, or at least a better understanding that you need new people, because 2025 has shown you the ones that say they're there for you, but ain't really there. They really don't show up. I feel like you're blessing one of them of many. One of them of many, literally, 7 of Cups on the bottom. One of many blessings you have gained and you'll be leaving 2025 with is the insight of people who truly care about you and those who truly don't. And I see 2026 actually being a really solid year. So I like that a lot. So I'm going to leave that there. Oh, we got 82. We got 82 of y'all in the chat and only 37 likes. Can I get some more likes? Can I get some more likes? Please and thank you. I thank y'all. I think I'm going to do a bonus reading on here. What time is it? 29 minutes? Yeah. I'm going to do one more bonus reading since I ain't been on live in a minute. All right, let's see. Let me just timestamp this. Okay. All right, let's see. What do we want to look at? All right, I'm going to do another general reading. I'm going to leave it open. So whether it goes into your love life, finances, maybe another spiritual message, we'll just see what comes out. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, please let me know for the ones that are watching. What messages do you have for them at this time? What messages do they need to know? Please be honest, truthful, and as transparent. Spirit, use me as a vessel, use me as a guide. Please allow your spirit to talk through mine and provide a message to those who are listening, who are in need of insight and guidance from you, Spirit. Please let me know what messages need to be given at this time. I'm getting seafoam green. That's a weird color to get. I'm getting seafoam green, but I'm getting like a nautical imagery. So I'm thinking of like the blue and white stripe patterns, like beach decor, very nautical. Sailing, boating, fishing, the whites, the turquoises, the linen outfits. I just get like I don't know, maybe somebody's needing a vacation, want a vacation. Maybe somebody lives by the water. Somebody may really love the beach, love the water. We got Speak Up and we got Payday coming out here. Tell me more. We got Brand New. We got Fake Flex. And we got Behind the Mask. I need to know if this is you or if this is somebody that's around you. Yeah, who is this? Who is this? Because this is somebody that's coming towards you. And this is somebody that's coming towards you that's making it seem like they got it or they living good, but they're not. It reminds me of people who are on social media and they make it seem like, oh, they living their best life or they got this kind of money or they got this kind of house and this kind of car, but they in debt, they behind on their bills. They robbing Peter to pay Paul, or they're buying like the oh my God, like the counterfeit stuff of something to make it seem like it's real, like they got money, but they don't. Either which way, even if it doesn't apply to materialistic or material things, this is somebody who is making it seem like they're much more than what they are, and they really don't have it. Why is this coming through? Tell me about the Speak Up. Ooh. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. And then tell me about this Fake Flex. What's this here? Temperance. Sagittarius energy, Earth energy. Who? Hierophant. I forgot what sign runs the Hierophant. Knight of Pentacles. Payday. Eight of Swords. This could be your love life, or this could even be your money. This is almost like a be mindful. Oh, no, this is what, oh, I get this now. I got to give you an example because I don't know what other way to talk about this for you to like get it. You know how people may actually have money or be well off, and then you got somebody who wants to make it seem like they are but they really aren't. And when you compare those two together, it's like the person who actually has money can tell when somebody's trying to fake it or act like they got it when they really don't. You're going to see this in somebody where they're coming off a certain way, but because you already have experience in that area, or you already dealt with those kind of people, or you've already been in those environments, you can tell the bullshit. Excuse my language. You can tell the BS that's coming out of this person's mouth or out of their act. It's like somebody that tries to come off super intellectual, but you're the one that went to college, or you got your master's or bachelor's or your PhD, and it's like you're hearing what they're saying and it's like they're just saying a bunch of nothing, but they're trying to make it seem like they're more intellect. You're dealing with somebody that's like a phony baloney here. And you're going to see it because you got expertise in the area that they're trying to act like they have a foot in, or that they have an understanding of, or that they're shining in. It's like this person can act like they got money when you really got money, and you know what real money look like versus somebody who doesn't. Or this could even be you, where it's like, if it's relationships, right? Like maybe you have a great relationship or a healthy relationship, and this is somebody that's around you that's interested in somebody that and you can tell, like, okay, well, that's not a stand-up person, because if they were stand-up, they would be X, Y, and Z, because I have that experience of being with somebody that's a stand-up partner, and that person ain't one. It's like, if it's not for you, somebody coming at you with this false energy, there's somebody that's around a person that you would care about that's false, and you're able to spot out, like, hey, that person isn't who they really say they are, even though they're trying to come off that way. And it's like you're speaking up about it, you're doing something about it. I don't know why this is, I guess, important. Why is this important? Why is this energy important? Why is this energy? Three of Wands in there first. Ooh, I'm not going to take that since it fell on the floor. Tell me more. Why is this energy important? Nine of Swords, Four of Cups, Three of Wands in the reverse. One more. The Empress. This person doesn't know how to this person doesn't know how to go about getting what it is that they want, so they feel like if they put on this facade, it'll give them a better outcome, it'll yield them better results. It's like the saying, people don't like hearing the truth, they like believing a lie that comforts their own viewpoint, or that validates how they feel about stuff. It's like that type of mentality with this person. It's like, I'm not going to tell you the truth that I ain't really got her. I'm dealing with X, Y, and Z. No, I don't want you to see that. I want you to see what I want you to believe out of me. And I want you to believe that, because either I don't believe in myself, or I don't really got what I'm trying to show like I got. And to get what I want, I got to make it seem like I'm that person. This is somebody who is wearing a false mag, or code switching. It's a better word. This is somebody that's trying to code switch around either you or somebody that is close to you, to pull out of them what it is that they want. And they feel like it's easier to say I'm the CEO versus grind to actually be that. This is somebody that's trying to take the easy way out versus actually putting in the work like you have, or putting in the work like other people have, to really be that upstanding person, or to be that successful person, or to be able to have X, Y, and Z. And if this is somebody that's around you, I think Spirit is bringing this message forward for you to speak up and say what's on your mind. That, hey, if this is a family member, friend, coworker that's dealing with somebody like this, Spirit is asking you, if you feel it's appropriate, say something. Because if you're already spotting the flaws, or that this person is not who they truly say they are, and you know that because you are actually that person, and this person is trying to make themselves seem like they're that person, let whoever this is know. If this is somebody that's coming to you, speak up. Don't allow this person, and I know you won't, that's just not your energy, but allowing this person to try and slide and skate on this BS, or doing a lot of talking and saying a lot of nothing, call it out, because you've already been there. You've already done that. Like, you know what it's truly like to either make the money, or to have that kind of relationship, or to be in that level of position, or to be the one that people come to. And this person ain't that. So they're trying to make themselves seem like they are. but you know the real. This is an interesting the little side extra bonus message because Spirit is asking you to speak up about somebody. So, what would be the benefit? Let me see. What would be the benefit? Right? What would be the benefit? Why should they say anything, bring anything up? Why is this even coming up as a message? Tell me, Spirit. We got situationship, no filter. What else do we have? Divine intervention, money moves, CEO energy. I think that, okay. I know I gave the example of different areas, like this could be your work, or this could be that, or this or that. If I'm going to narrow this down, I think this is actually about somebody's love life because the first thing I got was Catfish, and not the TV show that used to come on MTV, but the show that comes on YouTube. That's called Catfish. And they do like the whole romance scams where men or women to start talking to people online and then they're sending them in money and they never meet. And the other person, like, oh, I'm in the war and, I'm in danger. Send me, like the Tinder swindler. Somebody's trying to make themselves seem more than what they truly are. But because you're really that, you can see this. So if it's not you messing with the romance scammer, I know this just went super left. If it's not you messing with the romance scammer or somebody just trying to get over on you, this is somebody that's around you that's either dealing with somebody that's a romance scammer or somebody that's trying to get over on them. And it's like they can see that you are successful or you got your money going or you are educated. So they feel like they have to deal with you or approach you in that way so it's believable. So that way you allow them access into your world, access into your orbit. But I would be mindful because they're not really who they say they are, but you're going to peep it because you really are who you say you are. And real recognizes real. And you're going to see this person be like, nah, you don't really got it like that. And this would be the type of person that will try to convince you. And if it's not you, this is somebody that's around you. Type of person that'll try to convince you, persuade you, try to show you maybe certain receipts or documents that make them look legitimate or make them look like they're really that person that is making these moves or that is successful or that's done these kind of dealings or handlings. And that's not the case. So this is a person who it's like they'll stay as long as they can stay, but they have a main objective of getting, I don't like seeing this money moves, getting something out of you or the situation. And once they feel like they're BS or you're not going for it or, it's not sticking, they'll end up leaving. Once they feel like you're catching on to them or you can see through them. And again, if it's not you, this is somebody that's around you dealing with this kind of person. And Spirit is saying, hey, if you see something, say something. Or if you know something, speak on that to that person because I can see this person trying to, I don't know if this is money they're trying to take from them, sex that they're trying to get from them, but it's like getting over by making it seem like they're not that. Okay. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm connecting. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm connecting, y'all. I'm sorry. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to somebody out there. All right. Where are we at? 43? Okay. So I'm going to leave it here. So, because I'm going to have this as like a general reading on the channel. Scam like likely. Facts. Oh my goodness. That is funny. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here so that way I can timestamp it just as like a general reading for the main page. But in the meantime, I'm gonna let you guys go. Probably maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. I know I'm gonna go live tomorrow, but doing the live free readings. I know sometime, if it's not tomorrow, probably next day. But thank y'all, 93, y'all being in here. I wish I would leave a like on the way out. Please and thank you. I would greatly appreciate it so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. See y'all.